Workers at the Port of Baltimore are preparing for a strike that could come as early as Tuesday. The Longshoremen Union says it's asking for a wage increase, but negotiations have not reached a deal yet. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost explains what that means for the port and the workers who are still recovering from the Key Bridge collapse.
The Port of Baltimore is open 6 months after the collapse of the Key Bridge. The Longshoremen Union says work is almost back to where it was before the catastrophe.
I don't think it's normal quite yet. I think that our container volume has moved up significantly. We're in the 3,200 to 3,500 gate moves a day for the Seagirt container terminal, which is good. It's not where it needs to be, but it's very close.
Where does it need to be?
We were doing up around 4,000 when the bridge collapse happened. So, and then with the roll on, roll off, those ships started back right away after the channel was open, but the volumes weren't where they needed to be, but they're coming back good as well now.
But now another pause in operations could be coming. The International Longshoremen's Association preparing for a strike October 1st. The 85,000-member union working to get a wage increase with the U.S. Maritime Alliance. The ILA's international president writing in a statement, quote, "My ILA members are not going to accept these insulting offers that are a joke considering the work my ILA longshore workers perform and the billion-dollar profits the companies make off the backs of their labor." Thursday, the U.S. Maritime Alliance firing back, filing an unfair labor practice claim. But the president of the ILA says his members are well aware of the profits made by the companies they work for and are even more motivated to hit the streets on October 1st if they don't get the kind of wage increases they firmly believe they deserve. The Port of Baltimore generates more than 51,000 direct and indirect jobs, according to the state's 2023 Economic Impact Report. Port activity supports 346,000 jobs around the state, and $647 million of state and local tax revenue was generated by port activity in 2023 alone.
We're the most inland port on the East Coast, so especially with farm and agricultural equipment, getting it out to the Midwest, it's quickest coming through Baltimore, and that's why a lot of it comes because of the geographical location of the port.
Because at some point, this is going to lead to a contract.
Anirban Basu, a Baltimore area economist, says consumers will likely pay a price for the latest rounds of negotiations.
I mean, whether we have a strike or not, at the end of the day, there's going to be a contract, and that contract will include some increase in compensation for longshoremen.
The port also a major driver in the auto industry.
It's positioned in a way in which you can ship up the East Coast into the Southeast, where there's a lot of manufacturing happening, a lot of final assembly happening, a lot of component finishing happening.
Auto industry experts warn disruptions to the supply chain could happen as a result of the strike.
I think the delays could be anything from a day or two to few weeks, depends on what stage of the supply chain you're in. And if you have to shut a factory for a day, that means you're going to, affect everything downstream and upstream.
The negotiations continue, but the Port of Baltimore could be one of several ports to see workers on the picket lines instead of on the job. In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.